Critical US-Iran nuclear talks are underway in Rome today as tensions reach a boiling point. Germany officially denounces the BDS movement as anti-constitutional, and a French Jewish mountaineer carries the names of October 7th victims to a Himalayan summit. I'm David Werp, and this is the Israel Guys. Welcome back to the show, everyone. Big US-Iran nuclear talks are set to happen today in Rome. According to the Associated Press, these talks that are mediated by Oman are a last-ditch effort to curb Iran's uranium enrichment program in exchange for easing crushing economic sanctions. This is now the fifth round of nuclear talks, and it's hard to say exactly what will come out of this. The U.S., represented by Special Envoy Steve Witkoff, has been demanding that Iran completely halt and dismantle its enrichment capabilities. But obviously, Iran is insisting on the exact opposite, but it's been crippled by the devastating sanctions that were imposed by the Trump administration back in February. U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio stated on Tuesday that the U.S. is pushing for a deal that would let Iran maintain a civil nuclear energy program without enriching uranium, but he admitted that is a tough goal to achieve. Iran's supreme leader, Ayatollah Ali Khamenei, said that the U.S. demands to halt uranium enrichment are excessive and outrageous, adding, "I don't think nuclear talks with the U.S. will bring results. I don't know what will happen." President Trump last week said that Tehran needed to move quickly or something bad is going to happen. And on that note, Israel is reportedly preparing to strike Iranian nuclear sites if the U.S.-Iran talks collapse. According to CNN, the U.S. has obtained new intelligence that suggests Israel is making preparations to strike should the need arise. A source familiar with U.S. intelligence on the issue said that the chance of an Israeli strike on an Iranian nuclear facility has gone up significantly in recent months, adding that the prospect of a Trump-negotiated U.S.-Iran deal that doesn't remove all of Iran's uranium makes the chance of a strike more likely. In response to this, Iran's Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi issued a warning saying that the continuation of Israeli threats will compel Iran to take special measures to defend its nuclear facilities and materials, and said that they will, quote, "not hesitate to forcefully respond to any transgression and will stop at nothing to protect its interests and people." This all makes for a very delicate and tense situation, even as Israel ramps up Operation Gideon's Chariots in Gaza. As part of this operation, the IDF announced that the elite 98th Paratrooper Division has returned to the Gaza Strip and is operating in the Khan Younis area. So far, the forces have eliminated dozens of terrorists and destroyed about 200 terror infrastructures, including tunnels and combat compounds. Hundreds of airstrikes have also been carried out during this operation, eliminating terrorists and weapons storage facilities, according to the IDF. Speaking of terrorist infrastructure, the BDS movement has been denounced as anti-constitutional in Germany. You've probably heard us talk about this pro-Palestinian boycott, divestment, and sanctions movement here on the channel before, and that's exactly what it is, a movement designed to cripple Israel through economic warfare. Well, now the Bundesamt für Verfassungsschutz, or the Federal Office for the Protection of the Constitution in Germany, has announced that the BDS movement is hostile to their constitution. The leader of the office, Michael Fischer, said that the movement aims to make Israel impossible in the international context that amounts to the destruction of Israel. Therefore, BDS violates the idea of peaceful coexistence among nations and is thus the case for the Office for the Protection of the Constitution. For all of Germany's anti-Israel and left-wing policies and politics, it's good to finally see some measure of support for Israel. Hopefully other countries will start to follow in. If you're looking for a way that you can support Israel, well, look no further. We just launched a way you can join our Israel Summit coming up June 9th through 11th, even if you can't make it in person. For just $35, you can get live access to inspiring speakers like former Ambassador David Friedman, Michelle Bachmann, Eric Stakelbeck, Yishai Fleischer, and a concert by the hit Israeli duo Yonina, and a whole lot more. No matter where you are in the world, you can be equipped and inspired to fight on behalf of Israel and her biblical heartland. Visit the link in the description below for all the details. Remember, that's just $35 to get access for you or your family to a potentially life-changing 3-day event from the comfort of your own home. Visit the link in the description to learn more. In an inspiring story, a French Jewish man named Charlie Taib began an initiative called Minyan Everest to pray for the release of the hostages who are still being held in Gaza. He told JNS that his passion for mountain climbing began 3 years ago when he turned 60. I wanted to prove that it's still possible to achieve great things, he said. In 2022, I decided to climb Mount Kilimanjaro, which is about 19,300 feet high. I had no previous experience in mountain climbing, but I set out with 3 friends and we made it to the top. On his next climb in Nepal, he said he wanted to add a spiritual element, so he brought a Torah scroll all the way to the top. He also gathered 10 men and led what he calls the world's highest minyan. And just last month, Taib attempted to scale Mera Peak in northeastern Nepal. They brought a banner with them that had the names of the 1,200 victims who were killed on October 7th. JNS said despite the thin air, extreme cold, and physical exhaustion, 5 members of the team reached the summit, 21,247 feet, on May 6th. At the top, they unfurled their banner, opened the Torah scroll, and recited the Kaddish morning prayer in memory of those murdered by terrorists. Taib said the climb was physically and mentally grueling, made bearable only by the mission. The only thing that kept us going was the promise we made to honor these people and the message we wanted to bring with us to the top, he said. It allowed us to go way beyond our physical and mental limits. In a world of darkness, it's inspiring to see little flickers of light like this man's inspiring initiative. That's it for today, folks. Remember to sign up for the Israel Summit happening in Dallas, June 9th through 11th, and check out the live stream access if you can't make it in person. Head over to theisraelguys.com/summit today. Subscribe and get the conversation going down in the comment section below. If you'd like to support our work here at The Israel Guys, head over to theisraelguys.com/donate. As always, stop listening to lies and propaganda and connect with the truth of what is happening in Israel. We'll be back soon here at The Israel Guys.